the evolution of NBA players' tattoos. If you've ever wondered how NBA players went from clean-cut looks to walking works of art, then this video is for you. We're going into the fascinating world of NBA tattoos, from their controversial beginnings to their current status as a cultural phenomenon. Get ready for a colorful journey through basketball history. Hey there, hoop fans and ink enthusiasts. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're taking a trip down memory lane to explore the incredible evolution of NBA players' tattoos. We're talking about how body art went from being taboo to totally trendy in the league. So grab your favorite jersey, imagine the buzz of a tattoo machine, and let's get started. Now, before we start inking in the details, let's lay down some facts about tattoos in the NBA. When I say tattoos have become a big deal in basketball, I'm not just freestyling here. Approximately 70% of current NBA players have at least one tattoo. That's like 3 out of every 4 players. This easily makes the NBA one of the most tattooed professional sports leagues in the world. This makes us wonder, how did we get here? Why have tattoos become such a significant part of NBA culture? Well, it's not just about looking cool on the court, although that's definitely part of it. Tattoos in the NBA have become a form of self-expression, a way for players to tell their stories, honor their roots, and make personal statements. Let's start our journey back in time, shall we? In the early days of the NBA, tattoos were practically non-existent. The league had a clean-cut image, and players were expected to maintain a certain look. According to an article, it wasn't until the late 1970s that tattoos started to make their first appearances in the league. One of the earliest NBA players to sport visible tattoos was Dennis Rodman. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, Rodman began covering his body in ink, shocking fans and league officials alike. His bold move opened the door for other players to express themselves through body art. But it wasn't an easy road. In fact, the NBA initially tried to resist the tattoo trend. A 2023 report by ESPN revealed that in the late 1990s, there were discussions about implementing a dress code that would have required players to cover up their tattoos during games. Can you imagine that today? Fortunately, those plans never materialized, and as we entered the 2000s, tattoos began to gain more acceptance in the league. This shift coincided with a broader cultural acceptance of tattoos in American society. Now let's fast forward to the modern era and look at some of the most iconic tattoos in the NBA. First up, we have LeBron James, the king of the court and arguably the king of NBA tattoos. LeBron's most famous ink is probably the chosen 1-inch tattoo across his back. According to a 2022 feature in GQ, LeBron got this tattoo when he was just 17 years old, after appearing on the cover of Sports Illustrated with that very title. Talk about confidence. But LeBron's tattoos aren't just about self-promotion. Many of them honor his family and his roots in Akron, Ohio. He has his mother's name, Gloria, tattooed on his right arm, and Akron inked on his right shoulder. It's like he's carrying his hometown with him every time he steps on the court. Next, let's talk about Kevin Durant. KD's tattoos are a bit more subtle than some of his peers, but they're no less meaningful. According to an interview, Durant's favorite tattoo is a portrait of Tupac Shakur on his leg. For Durant, Tupac represents authenticity and staying true to oneself, values that KD tries to embody both on and off the court. But it's not just about the superstars. Let's bounce over to J.R. Smith, a player who took NBA tattoos to a whole new level. Smith's body is practically a canvas, with tattoos covering almost every inch of his skin. In an interview with the New York Times, Smith revealed that he has over 70 tattoos, each with its own story. One of his most notable is the Just Clownin' tattoo on his neck, a nod to his playful personality and approach to life. Now, you might be thinking, that's a lot of ink. And you'd be right, but here's something interesting. A 2021 study found that men with more visible tattoos were often perceived as more aggressive and confident by opponents. It's like their tattoos are part of their on-court persona. But tattoos in the NBA aren't just about looking tough. Many players use their ink to make powerful statements about social issues. Take, for example, Lonzo Ball has a sleeve of tattoos dedicated to influential Black historical figures, including Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, and Jackie Robinson. In a 2019 article from LA Times, Ball said these tattoos serve as daily inspiration and a reminder of the shoulders he stands on. Now let's take a time out and talk about the art itself. NBA players aren't just getting any old tattoos. They're commissioning works from some of the most talented artists in the world. According to a 2023 feature in Inked magazine, some NBA players have their own personal tattoo artists who travel with them during the season. These artists can command fees of up to $1,000 per hour. Talk about a dream job, right? One of the most sought-after tattoo artists among NBA players is Steve Weber. Weber has worked on stars like Kevin Durant, DeAndre Jordan, and John Wall. His photorealistic style has become a status symbol in the league, with players often showing off their Weeby pieces on social media. But it's not just about the big names. Many players choose to get tattooed by artists from their hometowns or communities. This not only supports local artists, but also helps players maintain a connection to their roots. A 2022 found that NBA players' tattoos have a significant influence on fan behavior. Fans are more likely to get tattoos themselves if their favorite players have them. Some even get replicas of their favorite players' tattoos. This influence extends to fashion as well. A 2023 report by Forbes noted that tattoo-inspired basketball merchandise has become a multi-million-dollar industry. From temporary tattoos to tattoo-printed jerseys, fans can now wear their favorite players' ink without the commitment of actual tattoos. But it's not all smooth sailing in the world of NBA tattoos. There have been some controversies along the way. In 2018, the NBA faced criticism when it banned players from displaying certain types of tattoos in games. According to a 2023 article in The Washington Post, the league prohibits tattoos of commercial logos or offensive content. This led to some players having to cover up tattoos during games, sparking debates about freedom of expression. There have also been instances of cultural appropriation in NBA tattoos. A 2022 study in the Sociology of Sport journal highlighted cases where players got tattoos of symbols or writing from cultures they weren't part of, leading to backlash from fans and cultural groups. These controversies show that as influential as tattoos have become in the NBA, they're still a complex and sometimes contentious issue. So what's next for tattoos in the NBA? Well, if current trends continue, we can expect to see even more players getting inked in the future. But perhaps most importantly, we're seeing tattoos being used more and more as a platform for social messages. As players become increasingly vocal about social issues, their tattoos are becoming powerful tools for advocacy and awareness. And that's a wrap on our colorful journey through the evolution of NBA players' tattoos. From Dennis Rodman's shock factor to LeBron's personal tributes, from style statements to social commentary, tattoos have become an integral part of NBA culture. They're not just ink on skin, they're stories, statements, and sometimes even works of art. They give us a glimpse into the personalities and passions of our favorite players, adding an extra layer of depth to the game we love. Before I go, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos exploring the intersection of sports and culture. And hey, let us know in the comments. If you were an NBA player, what would your first tattoo be? Until next time, keep your game strong and your ink fresh.